Hey everyone, welcome to Clarity Tarot. Today's reading is going to be how can I handle this difficult person? So we're going to have 6 piles. I'll include each of these cards in the reading, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pull a major arcana card that most closely represents who this person is. And then we're going to ask the question, who are they to you, with another spread, and then advice for you about how to deal with them. So I'm really curious to see what happens with this reading. I'm noticing I say that every time. So apparently what drives my readings is what I'm curious about, which is probably a good thing. So what else to say? I think that's it. Let's jump in. There will be 6 piles. First, Page of Cups. Second is the 4 of Pentacles. Third, 8 of Cups in reverse. 4, the Knight of Wands in reverse. 5, the 10 of Wands. And 6, the Queen of Cups. So take a moment and tune in to which one you think will have the reading for you, and I will see you at your reading. Hey Pile 1, I'm so happy you came by today. Thank you for being at my channel. I really appreciate all the love and support. And thanks also for those of you that subscribed. But even if you're just here to visit, I really appreciate that too. And today we're talking about this Page of Cups person. So let's draw a major arcana card to represent them. Aha, we have the Lovers. So this person, who are they? They could be a Gemini. They could be your sibling. They could be a person who is transitioning gender. They could be someone who reminds you of a family member. They could be someone that you feel this really deep harmony with, that is hard to explain because you don't know each other that well. What else could the Lovers represent? Because it's a Gemini card, what I think of with that is that they could be a person who seems to have 2 very distinct sides to them. They might be somebody that you like to go to botanical gardens with or look at snakes. Please tell me in the comments if one of you likes to go and look at snakes with this person, because that's a super specific message. Obviously, that was a lot of details in there. Not all of them will probably fit your situation. But to speak more generally about who this person is, they're someone that wants harmony with people around them. They want a sense of like peace, collaboration, and they want their life to be blessed, like #blessed, I just heard. So maybe they're an influencer, or they have that kind of vibe to them, where if they had the opportunity to have a channel or be famous, be an actor, be a musician or something, they would really vibe on that. So, okay, so that's who that person is generally. And with Page of Cups, this is someone who's emotional but kind of childlike. And I'm going to say childlike, not childish, even though they may be, but in the more neutral sense, maybe they make you feel like a kid again. I mean, that could certainly go with the Lovers here as well. But it's like there's something very fresh and lighthearted about them that is really nice. So that's who this person is. Let's see now, who are they to you, or who are you to them? So for Pile 1, please, Spirit, who... Here we go. 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, 3 of Cups. So it's likely that this is a friend of yours, someone that seems kind of indecisive about you, or like they just don't want to make a decision. The example that's coming straight away is saying like, hey, let's get coffee on Tuesday. And they're like, yeah, I have that time free. Let's pencil it in. I'll let you know 10 minutes before if I can make it. This kind of behavior. Something like this. What else, Spirit? Who are they to you? Ace of Swords. Strength card. And 9 of Wands. I think this is somebody that you've really struggled to get a straight answer from, to get the truth from. They're not direct in their communication style, very passive. I'm getting kind of like an Aquarius vibe, somebody who's very like floaty, very mental in terms of likes to have really witty conversation, probably knows a lot of people. If this is a romantic situation, this would be the kind of thing where this person, they're very resistant to any kind of like romance. Actually, this is the kind of person that would want to be friends first, and then just like 6 months later, out of nowhere, would be like, okay, let's date now, or would just start kissing you or something like this. Like, this person's very hard to pin down. They're like water. They're like a wave on the shore. Like, you can't pin it there. So all this to say, who is this person to you? They're a frustration. They're somebody that you can't seem to really understand or figure out how to deal with. Anything else? I guess I'm curious about, like, from that person's perspective, who are you to them? We didn't exactly ask that. Knight of Pentacles and Temperance. To them, you are someone that that they're not sure what to expect from either, which is why they're being so flighty. But for some reason, this is very balancing for the situation. You know what I'm getting for this is that there's a speed problem between the two of you. This person is very slow, like first speed on a car. You're like fifth speed or first gear. And in order for this person to kind of stay in the relationship, they have to keep like pumping the brakes or trying to slow things down to create some balance for themselves. And I think you find this very frustrating. You might be a fire sign or just generally somebody who's more, I mean, Temperance is also a Sagittarius card, so you might relate to that. But the speed at which they go is so frustrating for you that it almost makes you not want to try. And it creates distrust, actually, between you is the problem. Okay, so advice for pile one. How to deal with this challenging person. Advice for pile one, please. And the first thing I'm hearing is decide if you want to deal with this. Like, decide how patient you want to be, because patience is required here. 9 of Cups. Literally could be like go for ice cream. 7 of Swords. And the Hierophant. Oh, and 2 of Cups. Okay, interesting. 3 of Wands on the back. So this requires a strategy. If this is someone you're romantically interested in, which I'm getting from many of you it is, you need a strategy. And by that I mean, like, you might want to even write something down. I mean, if you are resonating with being the fiery, like more Sagittarius-like person in this scenario, you probably rely a lot on not impulse, but like inspiration or what comes to you in the moment. And what this person would respond best to is a plan, even if you don't communicate that plan to them. Like, they need to know what to expect with you. So even if that's that you will text them every Monday at 2 p.m. just to see how they're doing, that would greatly help this person. And with the Hierophant, I'm getting that it should be very like traditional, whatever you do. Something that doesn't make them try to figure it out. I have a feeling this person can get a little bit twisted in their mind and confuse themselves really easily if they don't know how to interpret what you're doing or saying. So the more obvious and clear you can be, the better. For example, if you're romantically interested, you could say something like, hey, I would like to go on a first date with you. What do you think would be a great first date place? I'm available at this time. I'm wondering if that would be good for you. Would you like for me to pick you up, or would you rather feel comfortable meeting there? I mean, very direct, okay? And likewise, if this is like a messier situation, I'm getting this for like 1 or 2 of you. Let's say you're married, okay, to somebody else, but you're interested in this person. You would need to make your intentions abundantly clear. And I'm not judging anybody here. Like, I know all kinds of situations happen. And so that would sound something like, hey, I know it's kind of weird to talk about, but I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. Like, yes, I'm married, but we're in the process of getting a divorce. I'm starting to see new people. I would really like to see you. It's not like a rebound kind of thing. Like, I really am interested in you and want to invest in you, but I understand if you're not comfortable with that. I'm also totally fine just being friends first and getting to know each other. But can you tell me what would be comfortable for you in terms of us spending time together? I just want you to know what my intentions are, which are that this marriage is going to be dissolving, or if it's not that, if it's like, hey, like I'm married, nothing's going to change with that, but I like to see you on the side. Are you down for that? I mean, whatever. You would just have to be. Don't let this person's mind run away with all the possible scenarios, because that will be fun for nobody. With the Two of Cups in the back of the deck, though, there's a really strong possibility that this can be really positive for both of you. And so the advice is to figure out how to harmonize that together. I feel like that's probably all that you need, pile one, because what I'm getting with the advice is that you will know how to do that. You just haven't set your mind to it in this situation for some reason. I want to ask about that, because why would that be? Why hasn't pile one thought to do this yet? I'm hearing some of you feel like it's the other person's job. Okay, valid in certain situations. Why hasn't pile one, my viewer, done this yet? King of Pentacles. You've been focused on other goals, basically. You have had other intentions. You've been focused on work. If you resonate with this story that you're in another relationship that hasn't like closed out yet, maybe you feel a little awkward about making anything direct and obvious with this person until that's happened. So could be lots of reasons, but a main one here would be your work. I'm drawing also this guy's mask. So for a few of you, maybe it relates to COVID in some way. You would know better than me what that relates to. So to sum up, how to deal with this difficult person, figure out how to harmonize with them, have a strategy, be clear and direct, especially about like your intentions with the relationship. And they see you as someone who's going too fast, that they want to slow down. And that's why you're getting some of the wishy-washy behavior from them, but they are very interested and intrigued by you, and there's a strong possibility for good relationship here. That's it. Okay, so thanks, pile one. Please let me know what you thought in the comments section. Would love to see a like or comment or subscribe as well if you're interested in that, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hey pile two, thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I sincerely appreciate you being here. And you picked the Four of Pentacles. So who is this person? Four of Pentacles. Let's also get a major arcana from the Gummy Bear Tarot to represent who is this person. The High Priestess. Oh my. So for me, the High Priestess is a Scorpio card, which is a water sign. Someone very intuitive, kind of witchy. I'm getting a religious vibe, though, also from this person, because I'm drawn to this cross necklace around the High Priestess's neck. Combined with the Four of Pentacles, this might be someone who's very contained. You can see that there's a lot going on under the surface, behind the eyes, I'm hearing, but they may not share much. But when they do, you're like, whoa, where did that wisdom come from? That's kind of crazy. This person is very deep, very mysterious, and you kind of get the sense that you could drown in them. If you're into this kind of thing, like the deep and esoteric, well, you're at a tarot channel, so probably you are. But if you are into that, there might even be like this kind of plutonic, scary sense that you get from this person. Like you could go underwater and never come up for air again. Like they could swallow you whole. Like man-eater is another phrase that's coming to mind. I've never heard that before with the High Priestess, but it's coming through at the moment. Could be any gender for this person. Actually, I'm getting that this is likely a female. It's true that the high priestess could be any gender, but the vibe I'm getting for who this person is right now is that they're female. It doesn't have to be true for all of you. So that's who they are generally. And now let's look at who are they to you? Like, how do they, function in your life? 10 of Swords in reverse. Oh, so funny. 7 of Wands. Chariot in reverse and 10 of Cups. I'm going to put these right here. So I said so funny because if you've watched my channel before, you know that in this deck, the 7 of Wands to me always gives me the message, take out the trash, because it's literally like a trash truck here. 7 of Wands generally is about like defensiveness and maintaining your progress. With the 10 of Swords in reverse plus the 7 of Wands, what I'm getting with that is like you have tried to get rid of this person every way you know how. You keep trying to throw them out and it just doesn't work. Like it just will not die. Your I'm going to say love or attraction or attachment to this person will not die. And you're so frustrated by that because also with the Chariot in reverse, nothing seems to be progressing. Nothing is moving. Despite that, this person makes you so happy. Like just even knowing that they exist. I'm not even getting that there's that much of a relationship between you and this person. Actually, it's maybe you see them from afar. Maybe you are with them in person once in a blue moon. But whatever, they still make you feel so happy. Okay. And now let's ask, who are you to them? So from the High Priestess's point of view, who are you in their life? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The Magician and 2 of Swords in reverse. Okay, you are someone that won't let them go. You are someone that haunts their every step, I'm hearing. And this, I think this is energetic. I'm not getting that you're like stalking this person in real life or anything like that. It's more that your vibe, your essence, your energy like hangs on them like a cloak or almost like a cloud. This is not entirely negative. I'm aware that the way that this is sounding, it sounds like this person doesn't like it. Actually, let me get a card for whether they like it or not. I feel like most of the time they find it interesting. I mean, this is the High Priestess. So to have a relationship with someone that's entirely energetic, I think they would be kind of interested in that and like down with it. But I do think there are moments with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse that it feels a little bit too much or smothering or, too much. 9 of Cups. What else? How does the High Priestess feel about this? And 10 of Pentacles. Okay, and you had the 10 of Cups. My. They feel very stimulated by this. I would even say like turned on by this. Like it's so fascinating to them. It's all the kind of stuff they like that this is happening. And so it's really cool to them that that's happening with you. We have 6 of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck though with the star. So for some reason, this person doesn't expect, I mean, we kind of had that on your side too with the Chariot in reverse, but they don't expect that anything's going to come of this situation, that they'll ever be with you in a relationship in any meaningful way. They see their relationship with you as an energetic one and as like, that's the only thing it's ever going to be. But they see you as very powerful. I mean, the Magician is the counterpart to the High Priestess. So they see you as, perfect match, maybe. That's not exactly the vibe I'm getting. It's almost like they see you as their mirror image. And this is different than... So it's not like, oh, they're me in the opposite gender body. It's not that. It's more like... Here's a person with a completely different set of influences, personality, cultural background, language even for some of you. Yet they have some of the same gifts and outlook on life that I do. And isn't that interesting? Isn't it cool to see the same combination in somebody else that with a totally different expression and manifestation. So they find it really interesting, very curious. Okay, and so now we're going to ask, what is the advice for you on how to deal with this person? This is spicy. I could see why you would like this. I could see why you'd like it. I get the appeal. So advice. We have the Strength card. Advice for pile 2. Page of Cups in the reverse. And 7 of Cups. For now, I'm getting this as a strong for now. We've got, look, the High Priestess on the bottom of this deck. With the Strength card, this is about, like, stay the course, continue doing what you're doing. I'm also seeing, so this is a specific message, won't apply to everyone, but for some of you, oh, hang on a second. I'm getting a little confused. Okay, I think I have some cross watchers here. I think some of you are here asking what, like on behalf of somebody else, and which is fine. But so I think basically some of you are the High Priestess in this reading. You get me? But anyway, advice is that this person is actually one of many dogs you are walking, so to speak. So even though you feel them the strongest and are most attached to them, I mean, this is the High Priestess. So this is something that there are a lot of connections out there, and nothing needs to happen with this. Nothing needs to be done in the real world. This, I mean, the idea that this is an energetic relationship is correct. And so there's encouragement here to if you're going to invest in the relationship, invest in it energetically and be satisfied with that. Like, be happy with what it is, you know? With this High Priestess, it's like an encouragement to match their energy. You know, like if this person is just on you all the time and never says a thing, then feel free to mirror that back if you're interested in that kind of a relationship. And if you're not, you can slowly distance yourself and just stay strong. Don't get sucked back in. What else for pile 2, Spirit? Anything? I'm getting the sense that for some reason, this situation really positively impacts your regular life, your abundance, your friendships, your money, your happiness, your connection with God. Like, all of it is improved by having this relationship, even though this person might as well not exist in the real world, you know? It's so, all 5D. And actually, it's a gift from Spirit in a weird way. If you think about how your connection to God, how your intuitive gifts, how your sense of energy and of the universe have expanded since meeting this person, you can see why, despite the frustration, it's really something to be grateful for and something that's been a gift in your life. So I think the advice is for you to receive that gift and not look a gift horse in the mouth. That is a funny expression. I haven't heard that since, like, I don't even know if I've heard it in real life. I've read about it in books from like the 1950s. For those of you that might not know what that means, it's like if someone gives you a present, don't ask like, oh, how much did this cost? Or how good of quality is this gift that you're giving me? Like, you don't insult the giver. You don't try to evaluate how good that gift is. You just say, this is amazing. Thank you for thinking of me. I will appreciate this. And then appreciate the gift for what it is. And don't expect it to be the perfect be all end all. I think if there's been any pain in this situation for you, it's probably been from wanting to ground this relationship. By that, I mean, you know, wanting to end up with this person romantically, or wanting to see them all the time, or whatever. But if you think about it, I mean, from what you already know about energy, if you're with them all the time in person, then this energetic, like, relationship on the 5D would dissipate to some degree because it wouldn't be necessary. You know, like this is all you have, and so that's why it's really strong. Very interesting, pile 2. Please, this was your reading. Please feel free to share in the comments what you thought, whether it resonated or didn't, or a bit about your situation if you're interested in that. I would love it if you want to like, share, or subscribe to the channel to get updates when I do more content like this. And I will see you in the next reading. Thanks for coming by. Hey pile 3, thank you so much for coming to my channel. You picked the 8 of Cups in the reverse, and this is going to be your reading on how to deal with this difficult person. So first, let's look at who is this person. We're going to pull a, okay, or one's going to jump out, a Major Arcana, and we have the Sun card. So this person could be a Leo, doesn't have to be, but who are they generally? They're someone who you have a very difficult time leaving in the past, but they are just a bright light. They're a ray of sunshine. They walk into a space and it adds a bit of beauty and excitement and like fresh energy to that room. This is not the kind of person that would ever go without notice. Even if this person tries to blend in or tries to be kind of inconspicuous, it just doesn't happen. It reminds me of that line from Sister Act. Maggie Smith is talking about Whoopi Goldberg, who they're trying to hide as a nun in this convent. And she said, that is not a person you can hide. This is a conspicuous person designed to stick out. And that's also true of this person. Like, they are designed to stick out. Okay, and now we're going to ask, who are they to you? So that's who they are generally. Who are they to you? Nope. Sorry. I did that backwards. Did I? Who are they to you? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. I'm going to do who are they to you, and then who are you to them? So in your life, who are they to you? We have the King of Wands in the reverse. The Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's someone that you feel like has been kind of flighty, or maybe kind of played you a little bit, like playerish behavior, someone that you have not been successful with, someone that you haven't held on to. So even though, like, I think you would feel a lot better, pile 1, if this was an 8 of Cups upright, if you were able to just leave this person in the past, but you haven't been able to do that very effectively. And so it's a very frustrating situation for you. So that's who they are to you, someone that you haven't been able to release. And what about in their life? So this person, who are you to them? Who are you to them? We have 9 of Swords. The World, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Who are you? You are someone that they watch at night, particularly over the internet. So maybe they get into bed at night and they worry about, like, what's ever going to happen with my person? I guess nothing. Maybe I'll just watch them online for a while. So if you have an online profile, they look at that. Even if you don't, I'm hearing this person has pictures or videos saved of you that they revisit. And for the small percentage of you where neither of those cases are true, they have journals. Like, this person has actually journaled their thoughts and feelings about their relationship with you, and they revisit that, which is interesting. And the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, similar to the Six of Wands, they feel like this hasn't been successful. And to them, the way they make sense of that is that it's been unlucky. It almost seems to them like the universe is against you getting together or being together, or it's just circumstances. It's just... what's that word I'm looking for? It's just circumstances. It's just the way it is for now. It's just the reality. It is what it is, and it's nobody's fault, but it's just how it is. Which is interesting because so they're not ascribing blame in the situation, but I feel coming from your side, you do see them as having acted inappropriately with you. Okay, so advice for my pile 3 person, how to deal with this difficult person that they can't seem to let go of, they can't seem to leave behind, who brings a lot of happiness but a lot of frustration for them. Well, we have 8 of Cups. And what I'm getting with that is like, just do it. You know? Delete them out of your phone. 7 of Swords. Don't call them, don't text them. Don't think about them. 3 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. The Emperor in reverse. Okay, so I'm getting this person's actually maybe quite controlling. Like, they have been overbearing in their relationship with you. Like, there's only one way they wanted things to go, and so if it didn't go exactly that way, they weren't willing to compromise. They weren't willing to find a way to create harmony with you. And so the advice is for you to match that energy, which basically is like, okay, you're not going to apologize to me. You're not going to come back around. You're not going to see this as something worth fighting for. That does not meet my expectations. It does not meet my standards. I am moving on. I'm on my own. I'm not going to wish for what shoulda, coulda, would have possibly been here because you don't meet my standards, and it's a bummer. But if you can't step to me, like, what else can be done? With the 3 of Pentacles, I'm getting, I mean, typically this is a work card, but I feel in this moment, it's, what I'm seeing is like the let your friends help you card. I think if you talk frankly with your friends about this, they will give you good advice. And now this is different than telling your friends how you're feeling about them and how you wish that they would reach out to you and you don't understand why that hasn't happened. Not that, not like the emotional processing, but developing a strategy. So like telling people like, hey, have you noticed I'm really stuck on that person? And I'm sure all of them will be like, yes, we've noticed. And I'm not throwing any shade, pile 3. I've been here before myself, so it's a very human thing. But ask your friends for help of like, how, like, I don't want to talk about that person. I don't want to get stuck in that, but how do you think I can move on from this? Do you have suggestions for me? Can we create a strategy? And then keep the focus on the strategy, not on anything related to this person, because this person's kind of irrelevant in a way. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the most beautiful connection that's otherworldly and they're your perfect person, everything you've wanted. Like, they can't be bothered to create something good with you, at least right now. And so what do you do in that situation? Well, you have to let your life continue and find joy in other places, since it's definitely not, it's only, the only thing available to you with this situation is pain, grief, suffering, frustration, maybe some like nostalgia, like negative nostalgia, you know, looking back and like feeling bad about it. And the real bummer is like, it seems like that would make you feel better. Like, oh, I miss that person. Let me think about everything that happened and how things went wrong. But it actually just makes you feel worse about yourself. What I'm hearing is that the way you interpret what happened here is that there was something wrong with you and that you weren't enough. And that cannot be further from the truth. Like, this person thinks you're great, actually, but they don't actually have the life skills to create something cooperative and harmonious with someone. With the Emperor in reverse, like, this is just a person that if it's not easy, it doesn't work for them, which is unfortunate, because if you think about what a person's life will be like if they only do things when they're easy, it's not a good story. I mean, there's a real rough patch that happens with everything, with your personal health, with your relationships, with your career, with your spirituality. And if this person never applies themselves past that, it makes for a very shallow and unsatisfying life. And that is not your fate, pile 3. Like, you have the opportunity to have a very rich and fulfilling and varied and positive life ahead of you. So that's the advice for you, to get help from your friends on a strategy of like, how can I create my best life and leave this person behind? And be very strict with yourself about not processing your feelings about that person, because I think you've done that enough. And if that was going to help you get out of this situation, it would have helped you already. Does it make sense? Pile 3. So you're going to get the best results from doing something you haven't done yet, something new you haven't tried. So that was your reading, Pile 3. I hope you found it helpful in some way and it resonated. Please leave a comment and let me know what you thought about this. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you'd like to subscribe for more content like this, you can hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications. What else? I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you at the next reading. Hey, Pile 4, if you picked the Knight of Wands in the reverse, this will be your reading, and we're asking how to deal with this difficult person. And first we're going to pull a Major Arcana card from the Gummy Bear Tarot. So who is this person generally? And we have the Chariot, so they could be a Cancer. They don't have to be. They could be someone that you see as very fiery, very impulsive, but very emotional also. Someone who, I'm getting the image of like this wobbly chariot just like bouncing back and forth from like one side of the road to the other. I think this person's a very erratic driver, or a very fast driver. They might have had a lot of tickets, or maybe they speed a lot, or they weave in and out of traffic. I'm getting the image of someone like holding on for dear life that's riding with this person in the car. And so generally they believe faster is better, and they really rely on, is impulsivity the word? Kind of like way, they might describe it as like the way the spirit moves them, or whatever comes into their mind in terms of what should happen at that moment is kind of how they live their life. In terms of, this person could be any age, but I'm getting a vibe of like young 20s or young 20s or late teens energy. You know, that time of your life where it's just like, I'm going to conquer the world and I'm just going to bounce back and forth like a pinball and figure out what happens and see everything, do everything, and learn about the world. So it's kind of that kind of vibe. So that's who this person is generally. And let's see, who are they in your life? We have 3 of Wands in reverse. Someone who has really resisted planning anything with you. The Moon in reverse. Someone that you notice has a lot of either past trauma or unconscious needs, desires, feelings, emotions that seem to drive their behavior. It's like this person is very clearly driven by something not in their control that's unconscious. 2 of Swords in reverse. The World in reverse, 6 of Wands, 7 of Swords in reverse. Wheel of Fortune at the back. For some reason, I think this person irks you because despite this, they seem successful. Like, how are they successful? How do they, like, they seem very authentic to themselves, and like they're just like pew, 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 and things just work out for them. Like, they don't sit and think about things for a long time. It's just whatever comes into their mind, and then like the red carpet unfurls. I think you have some like frustration or resentment towards this person because it doesn't seem fair to you, is the vibe I'm getting. Like, it's not fair that this person is so irresponsible and things go okay for them. Okay, so this is actually triggering for me, a person that I know in my life that I've been noticing it recently because she's a person that has a lot of the qualities I really admire. Like, she's very stimulating. She's very fun. She likes to talk about deep things. She's into a lot of things I'm into, and also lives in more like this impulsive way. And I find that I can be very judgmental about it because I don't know if I can rely on her for certain things, even though she's mostly been pretty reliable. But the thing that is especially standing out to me here from your reading is this Moon in reverse. It's like you sense a deep unreliability or irresponsibility with this person's emotions. I think they're one of these types who projects their feelings onto everyone else. And so it's like, well, if I feel insecure around you, you think that I'm terrible. Well, actually, no, I don't think you're terrible. Why? Well, you said this and this. Well, I didn't mean that. Oh, yeah, you did. You totally meant that. I didn't. I think you're fine. What's the problem? But like, if they're feeling insecure, then this unconscious need will come out and they'll project that on everybody else and like cause a problem in this way where it's not fair. What's the word? It's irresponsible. It's not fair. It's incorrect. It's factually incorrect at times. And it's manipulative. It feels very manipulative. So I think you feel unsafe around this person emotionally. And the thing is, okay, here's where it's going to get really deep, pile 4. At some level, I think you're aware that this person with this reversed moon energy is triggering your unconscious needs, feelings, trauma, unmet desires. And so you're having to deal with those. So not only are you having to deal with this person who's kind of like, I'm getting like the Tasmanian devil almost, like a mini tornado. You're having to deal with them, but also you're having to deal with your own emotions that come up in reaction to this person, and that you don't like those. They're very uncomfortable for you. Interesting. Okay, and who are you in this person's life? Who are you to them? Ten of Wands in the reverse. The Empress. The Devil in reverse. Whoa. Am I going to take all these? I'm going to put these back in, actually. It's too many. What else? Who are you to this person? Five of Wands in the reverse. And the Magician. This person sees you as very powerful, very... we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. It's like you won't play their game. So it's interesting because you see, the way you feel about them is you feel very triggered. You feel destabilized, I'm going to say. And so you probably think that they would see you that way, or like maybe a little reactive to them or negative. But they actually see you as like the picture of balance and calm and peace and nurturing and presence, not reactive at all. They see you as not willing to fight, not willing to take on more than is your share, very deeply empathic and nurturing, not attached or overindulgent or codependent on anything or anyone. I think they really look up to you. And the thing is, like, they're trying to hook you, though. It's like, I think they would love to see all of these cards in the opposite position because they would love for you to be hooked on them. They would love for there to be this codependent dynamic where you feel like you need them all the time. So there's some kind of subconscious need. I keep looking at this Empress card. I think this person wants your nurturing. I think this person has a very either damaged inner child or just very needy inner child, which tells me, that's not a judgment. Those of us that have that, it's because that inner child has gone without nurturing for so long. And so I think you feel this pull, and your reaction could be characterized as like, I am not your mother. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not doing this. Like, okay, in my example, with that person, that's literally what I would say. Like, I'm not getting paid for this. Like, you're not my client. I'm not going to sit and talk with you for 4 hours about whatever in a way that's requires me to work really hard to stay grounded and be supportive for you. Like, this person, like, my reaction would be like, this person needs to be in therapy, which is probably they are in therapy, because I feel like this person is the type that would really want to explore themselves and figure out how to heal. So, okay, so that was our question, though. Who are you in their life? So it's almost like you're a mother figure that they've never had, that they would like to receive care and nurturing from. I can see why this is a difficult relationship because, I mean, don't we all have plenty of relationships, plenty of people that would like to take from us? Even if we love that person, it's a lot to ask for someone to mother you. Advice for you, Queen of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Oh, that's an interesting card. Three of Cups in reverse. I want one more. Four of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. Is this a family member? I feel like for many of you, this could be a family member. It doesn't have to be. Okay, here's the advice for you. Create your home. Invite them into your home. Invite them to share your abundance in whatever way feels good to you. By that I mean, like, don't overgive, but also you don't need to be stingy or like protect yourself from this person. This person is not out to hurt you and would never want that, okay? Five of Cups. I feel like had you gotten this reading 10 years ago, this Devil card would be upright. I think there was a time for you where you would have loved the attention of someone wanting all of your wisdom, all of your attention, all of your time. And you would have entered into a very codependent dynamic with this person. But you know better. But there is grief that comes with that because it's like, it's grief for the loss of a part of yourself, the part that believed, that was maybe more naive, that was like, I can save that person, I can be everything they need, everything's going to be wonderful, and a high comes with that. Like, we all know that high, yeah? And so the grief for you is like, I'm not that person anymore. I don't get to get off on that anymore the way I used to. I have to be more balanced with this person because I know it's just pain in the end if I don't. And that's kind of a bummer. I miss that high. I miss feeling like I could save somebody. Like, there's so much power in that. It's amazing. So you have to tell yourself that that's not an option for you. And then Three of Cups in reverse. This is specifically, I think, a message for those of you where this is a family member, or even if it's a coworker, I suppose. Like, don't be this person's friend. You're not their friend. Because it's not a reciprocal relationship. What this person can give you is awareness of how far you've come, awareness of all the abundance and health and positivity you have in your life now. They don't have the inner resources to be a true partner or in a balanced relationship with you. This is always going to be you giving to them. So you need to be really mindful of what you can spare, what you want to and can invest in this person. And I also want to say, like, for some of you, that could be zero. And maybe not forever. Like, let's use the example of a family member. If this is someone in your family that you have to see forever, but you feel really depleted right now, like there's nothing you can give, you don't need to give anything to them this month, this year. They will always be there. They will always be a willing recipient of your nurturing energy. And so there's no requirement on you to give a certain amount. You can be in charge of that. And you still belong. Four of Wands. Like, I think this is also a message for you. Like, you are also enough. You do enough. You're good enough without saving this person. You still belong, even if you're not a savior, even if you're not amazing that way. You can just be a regular person, more focused on themselves and staying in their own lane, and that's also okay. And last message here with the Ten of Pentacles, like, just stay grounded, stay focused on your abundance in all ways, and be open-handed with that with this person, but it doesn't have to be you should give out of your overflow, not out of depletion. Really interesting reading, pile 4. Thank you so much for coming by today. I appreciated reading for you. If you'd like to leave a comment and share what resonated for you here in this reading, I would be very interested in that. And you can also like, share, or subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this. Private readings, there's information in the description box, and I will see you in the next reading. Thanks so much for coming. Hey Pile 5, welcome to your reading. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you coming by my channel. And today's question that we're asking is how to deal with this difficult person in your life. And what we have here is the Ten of Wands, and now we're also going to pull Major Arcana from the Gummy Bear Tarot. We have the Tower. It's wanting to come up reverse. I'm going to put it on its side because for each of you it's going to be a little bit different. Who is this person? This is a person who has it all on their shoulders. It's just a lot. They may have had some kind of major tower moment. By that I mean like major catastrophe that's happened, I want to say in the last 6 months. This could have been a hospital stay, some kind of health issue, a relationship breakup. I'm hearing the death of a child or family member. I'm so sorry if that happened to this person. That's terrible. A job loss. What else? For one of you out there, this person was robbed or had like a big legal case go against them. But wherever the case, there's a lot on their shoulders. And this is the kind of person, I think, they're not alone. There's people around, but for some reason, they're doing more of the work. They're doing more of the work than those around them. There's not a balanced, it's not balanced. So that's who they are generally. And who are they to you? Okay, let's try that again. For my pile 5, who is this person to pile 5? Who are they in their life? Oh my goodness, they're all just jumping out, but we're going to go with it. Okay, Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords in the reverse, Two of Cups in the reverse, Four of Swords in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse in the back. Did you go to a baseball game with this person recently? Maybe. For one of you out there. This is someone where the communication between you hasn't been strong recently. It feels like this person is running on empty, and it's not like the relationship is over. It's just not, there's no investment, there's no communication, there's no harmony, there's no partnership. I think you feel disconnected from this person, and you're like, what's the deal? Like, oh, I should say with the Tower also, this person could be an Aries. It's just like, there's no connection. Like there's nothing to connect with this person because they're so focused on whatever this Tower is, avoiding disaster and their responsibilities. And it's like, there's no energy for anything else. So this is like survival mode. This is a person in survival mode. So, I mean, who are they to you? A person in survival mode that you can't really access. And it's not that, like, I think you're a compassionate person, pile 5. I think you get that there's nothing that they have to offer right now, but I don't think you want anything from them. You just kind of want to know, you want to be connected, know how to help, know what's going on, and that's it. Okay, interesting. And who are you in this person's life? You have Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, who are you in this person's life? I have one falling on the floor, the Eight of Pentacles. Who are you to this person? Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Let's pull a clarifier for that. I'm going to pull from the Gummy Bear Tarot. Why is the Ace of Swords in reverse here? Nine of Cups in the reverse with the Two of Pentacles. Okay, who are you to this person? This person doesn't trust you. I think you pick up on that. I think you're a little surprised by that because you're not sure why. But okay, here's how they see you. They see you as someone who works very hard, but somehow isn't overloaded. It's not like, you're not like them where they're about to break. You're very work focused though. You also like new things. Perhaps you're always suggesting new fun things for you to do together, or ways to connect. You, with the Page of Swords, you bring in fresh ideas for them. I think for them, they're not all, maybe they're sometimes half-baked. So it's like, I think this person just has a different mental style than you. Maybe they're a kind of person that wants like lots of references. So if you say something like, I heard on the radio, who listens to the radio? I heard on the radio the other day that there's going to be this cool bake sale, oh my goodness, across town. We should go. And also I heard that eating cookies is really good for your health. I mean, this person might be like, what are you talking about? Like, what kind of bake sale is going to be interesting, number one, much less one that's advertised on the radio, and who would believe that cookies are good for you? So it's like, they appreciate your ideas, but they're sometimes like, I don't know about that. Next we have the Wheel of Fortune. They see you as very blessed, very lucky, very abundant. I don't know if they feel like you deserve what you have or not. I feel like, okay, here's what this is. It's not that they feel like you don't deserve it. It's that they see the difference between you and them. I think you just have, if you think about it, like you have a lot more than this person. And I'm not even talking money. Like this could be time. This could be freedom. Like maybe this person has kids and you don't. This could be opportunities. Maybe you live in a different city or country where there's more available. And so it's not like, oh, pile 5 doesn't deserve that, but there is this thought for them of like, why don't I have that? And so there's a little like resentment or jealousy. This to me feels very subconscious. Like this person does not want to have a bad relationship with you. They don't want to see things wrongly with you or think badly of you. So this is like subconscious. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, this person thinks that you're not happy, that you're settling in some way in your life, or that you're juggling multiple lives and none of them make you happy. How do I describe this feeling from this set of cards? Something feels off to them about you. Maybe it's that it's hard for them to connect with you. Oh, okay, I'm getting it. This is interesting. So you're at the stage of the relationship with this person where they're beginning to connect with the real you and not your personas that you show the world. And we all have this. This is not, a good or a bad thing. I think it just is. The way that we interact with the person at the store is probably not the same way we interact with the person that we live with. And this person is getting close enough to you that they're starting to see the real you. And they don't think that you're as happy and abundant as one of your personas seems to be. And they don't understand the reason for this. And I think it's because there's something specific you haven't shared with them. I'm having a lot of emotion come up because this is reminding me of someone in my life. There's a specific part of your life that you haven't shared with them that is very close to your heart, that is very tender, where you feel very vulnerable. And you're not sure if they would understand. Actually, that's not it. I think you believe they would understand. You don't want to feel how vulnerable it will be to talk about that thing. This person can feel you holding back. And because of that, they've taken a little bit of distance. I think this person intends to come closer to you. It's not like a forever thing. But when we started the reading, I said, like, you've noticed this person, like there's some distance there. From their end, that's where it's coming from. there's an opportunity for you to go deeper and share something that makes you feel vulnerable. I think if you think about it, this person's been very vulnerable with you, and there's probably a lot of good reasons for that, but you haven't totally reciprocated. Yeah. I need just a moment here. Okay, I'm back. I had to take a little cry there. Yeah, so this person, I think, we've got the Tower, which is Aries, but I also get like a Scorpio vibe from the Tower, which is very deep, very esoteric. This person is more intuitive than you give them credit for. I think they go a lot on energy. So they listen less to what you say and more like the vibe that you're bringing. So they're reading your energy and quite correctly, and seeing that there's a way that you're holding back. And part of this disconnect, I think, is also like they've got plenty of things to focus on. They know you're not ready to share this part of yourself, or at least you haven't been in the past, and so they don't want to push you either. So it's almost like they've redirected to other places with their energy. Okay. And so now we're going to ask about advice for you, how to manage this difficult relationship. I think difficult, it's probably not, of the 5 readings so far, this is the least difficult. It's just there's been a question mark that's come up for you. So, okay, advice for my pile 5, how to deal with this person. Don't go to any more baseball games. Was there something really negative that happened at a baseball game? Not for you. I think you were fine. I think maybe for them. Did they get like way too hot or hungry or annoyed? Did it go forever? Something like that. Okay. Advice for pile 5, anything else? Devil in reverse. The Fool. 6 of Cups. Knight of Wands. 4 of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. This person is your family. Oh my goodness. Ugh, seriously, I just had to stop to cry again. Whether or not this person is related to you, this person is family to you. And you can be like safe to be yourself. Again, they read energy. So they're very body based. They're going to feel the authenticity if you come to them and say, hey, you don't even have to tell them it was a tarot reading. I realize though that there's something about me that I haven't really shared with you, and I'm starting to feel a little awkward. And so I want to share that with you. And I get it, pile 5. Sometimes there is never like a good time to be like, hey, let me tell you about the heaviest thing on my heart in life right now. But you can find a time with the Fool and the Knight of Wands and these other cards that we had. Like, I believe in you. I believe in you. You can find an appropriate way to make a left turn, even if it's kind of out of nowhere. With the Devil in reverse, I'm getting that, like, you don't have to be possessive over this person or over this situation, or what's the message with that Devil in reverse? You don't need to go nuts about this. Like, this is, of the 5 piles, this is the most subtle. You're both very energetically sensitive, so you both are noticing this disparity. I think them more than you, because they've been the more vulnerable up to this point. Does it make sense? Like, they've been very vulnerable with you, and you've been happy to support and connect with them, but you haven't gone there yourself. And so, if and when the time is right, you can feel free to do that. And the time should be sooner rather than later, but you also don't have to call them up after this reading and go spill your guts either. Like, we have the 4 of Wands here, so there's belonging, there's with the Ten of Pentacles. This person is part of your abundant life. What else here for pile 5? Advice, anything else? Seven of Wands. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Four of Wands is wanting to come out again. Queen of Cups. And the Strength card. You're a very strong person. You are a rock in this person's life. Maybe they're even younger than you, or for some reason you feel responsible, like to be the strong one, to be the one that gives. But this person doesn't want that relationship with you. Like, yeah, if you're like, I don't know, their older brother or something, there's going to be some things they come to you for advice for, but they want this to be a balanced relationship. And I think that's what you want too. So this whole like, I can't smother them with my emotions. I can't be too much. I can't put too much on them. They're the Ten of Wands. They're overloaded already. Like, that can go in the trash. You really don't need to think that way. All that's needed from you is authenticity. And yeah, and you will find your way. You will find your way with that. Okay, pile 5, that was your reading. I would say I'm sorry for crying so much, but I guess I'm not sorry. Exactly. It's just, you know, I'm human too, and things strike a chord, and I always learn from these readings as well. I mean, I feel like after this, recording this video, I need to, well, first cry some more and let more of that out, and then think about how I want to be more vulnerable with this person so that there's a more availability for us to connect. So thank you for witnessing my experience with that today. I hope this reading was also helpful for you. And please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, pile 5. Hi, pile 6. If you picked the Queen of Cups, this will be your reading, and thank you so much for being here. We're asking how you can deal with this difficult person or situation. And first we're going to pull from the Gummy Bear Tarot a major arcana card to represent this person along with the Queen of Cups. So for pile 6, please, Spirit, what's the best card to represent them? Nothing's wanting to come out yet. Maybe, nope, nothing yet. Let's see. I keep seeing the Empress in my head, which is making me wonder, do I have the Empress in here? We have the Star. And I'm just going to check to see if I even have an Empress card in this deck. I do. Okay, and it didn't come out. I'm probably getting that from the Queen of Cups, but we have the Queen of Cups plus the Star. So the Star is Aquarius, zodiac sign, so that could resonate for some of you. It doesn't have to. I mean, I'm drawn to all the water here. The Star has, I mean, there's this pool of water plus the Queen of Cups. This is a very, very emotional woman. I'm going to say female on this one, most likely for most of you. For some of you, this could be your mother. Perhaps that's why I was getting the Empress card. Or someone that like takes that kind of a role in your life, or could be. So maybe it's an aunt or a boss, or whether or not they're related to you or take that vibe with you at all. Like there's probably an age gap, you know, etc. But who are they generally? This person's very empathic. They're very hopeful. They're very optimistic. They believe that change is possible, that that everyone's path is their own, that you have to find your own way in life. They also believe that it's best to keep a lid on your emotions and not share them. This is interesting, this message that's coming through, because this person is extremely emotional, but they don't like to go there. And so what I'm getting from that is that when they do go there, it's maybe a little messy, maybe a little unfair. That probably contributes to their desire to not go there because it hasn't been a good experience for them anytime they've gone there. I'm getting a few examples in my mind now of males. So I mean, this could be any gender. but I'm getting more, male examples coming in, like with all the societal pressure as well of like not being too emotional or whatever as a man. I'm getting that for a couple people here. So, but who is this person generally? Someone deeply empathic and emotional that tries to not be that way. But at the same time, like they really believe in authenticity and being yourself, as long as yourself isn't emotional. Very interesting. So be yourself, just don't be emotional. Okay, that's who this person is. And now we're going to look at who are they to you. So in your life, who is this person? In your life, who is this person? The Sun. The World in reverse. The Devil. Okay. 3 major arcana in a row. Who is this person to you? The Star again. Okay. Who is this person to you? This person is your world. Someone, how would I say this? To say your world isn't exactly right. Emotionally, this person is deeper in your heart than almost anyone. I don't think your relationship with this person is the best. Let's take the example of your mother. Okay, your mother, it's a unique relationship. It's obviously something that can't be replaced, can't be replicated anywhere else. Like, and then by mother, I'm talking about like the person who physically birthed you. You lived for 9 months inside this person. They fed you, kept you alive, and whatever their strengths or weaknesses, you made it to this point. Like you're still alive. You survived. And that by itself creates a bond that cannot ever be replicated with any other relationship. And for many of you, there's other things that have gone on top of that. There's, if you grew up with that person, then there's all the additional environmental and emotional experiences of that. If this is not your mother, if this is even like a romantic interest, there is something deep and energetic that goes on between you. I would even say, I don't know how this could be exactly, but the message that's coming through might resonate with one of you, is that it feels like you're connected at that level, like connected with an umbilical cord or connected with a cord, like there's energy running back and forth between you as if one of you were pregnant with the other. That's an interesting image I'm going to have to think about later. But whatever the case, like your relationship with this person is very complicated. I think a lot of it is unconscious. This also makes me think of like mothers and daughters. There's just so many layers. But if this is a romantic interest, it's similar. It's like you trigger each other in ways that neither of you can really even describe or talk about. It's very deep, but you also feel fully loved, accepted, appreciated, and unconditionally loved by this person. Even if this is someone you have a terrible relationship with, that you're in no contact with, that you never want to see again for some of you, there was at least one moment in time where you felt blissfully connected to this person in a way that your body remembers. So that's who this person is to you. And because of that, we have the Devil here. A connection, an attachment. This person is someone corded to you. Maybe you've even like done a cord cutting on this person and tried to remove yourself from them in some way, and that hasn't been successful, quote unquote, in your opinion. Like it hasn't severed this connection. What I'm hearing, if that applies to you, I'm hearing that that was successful in the sense that some of the more unhealthy attachments related to this relationship were released through that experience. but like the baseline connection between you, this person, can't be broken. And again, I'm going to use the example of like a mother. Like if this person physically birthed you, like that creates a connection between your bodies that can never, like that part of that connection can never be completely severed, you know? Okay, so that's who they are to you. And in this person's life, in pile 6's life, who is my viewer to them? Who's the viewer to pile 6? Six of Cups in the reverse. Whoa. Page of Cups. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles. The Fool. Queen of Cups. The Towers. The Magician. Knight of Cups in the reverse. You are someone in their life that doesn't give them the love that they deserve. This person feels owed. They feel like you owe them. They feel like there's something you're withholding that is rightfully theirs. This could be like, I raised you, now it's your job to take care of me in my old age. This could be, you're my soulmate, so no matter how I treat you, you're supposed to love me forever and be with me. This could be, we've been best friends for 30 years, and you don't just throw that away just because we have a fight. So there's some responsibility this person's not wanting to take, not willing to take, I'm hearing, in this relationship, and they're very resentful about it, and they project the blame onto you. And I'm getting again that this has to do with their own emotions. They're what I would call emotional responsibility, like taking psychological ownership over your emotional impact on others. This person does not do that, and instead tries to just avoid emotions altogether, considers them maybe irrational or unhelpful. And so it's almost like they pretend they don't exist. So like if this person says some like very emotionally hurtful things to you, then they expect to just say like, well, I didn't mean that, or that was the wrong thing to say, or maybe just never apologize at all, but expect that things will be fine because emotions don't count anyway. It's this weird kind of messed up like discounting of their own nature, but also overblowing everything with emotions. It's very unhealthy. It's a very tangled web, I'm hearing. It's very complicated. It's very overwhelming for them. And so that part of their life, they just refuse to acknowledge or take ownership. And I'm getting that this person is actually quite responsible otherwise. I mean, this would be the kind of mom that like, you know, always took you to school or helped you with projects or made dinner every night, worked really hard, brought up the other children. I don't know. Generally, like, in many ways, a good person, quote unquote, a good boyfriend, girlfriend, a good partner, except for emotionally, they're a disaster. They bring the towers, but they see you as bringing the towers because they see you as foolish too. I want to pull a clarifier for that card because it feels important. What is the Fool in this reading? Can I get one card for what is the Fool in this reading? Can I get one card, please? I keep trying to give me like 7 cards. One card, please, for the Fool in this reading. Six of Pentacles. They don't understand where you invest yourself and why. They feel like they deserve, again, back to the, like, they feel they deserve your investment, your love. They deserve you to shower your attention on them. And maybe you even did that at one time of your life. They feel they deserve that because of the concrete actions they have taken. But they have a total blind spot It's like anything that has emotional content, they just boop, like it's totally taken off the table. They don't see that it counts. And so they don't understand your desire to have separation from them, or why you would invest in people where you don't get that same like tangible support from. But what they're missing about you, I don't think this person actually understands you very well, because they don't understand emotions, even though they're this emotional. I think that you are a very healthy person emotionally, pile 6. And don't tell me like, no, I'm not. I got to work on this. I got to work on that. Yeah, we all do. But I can tell you, like, I feel the vibes coming from you, and they're very clear. They're very clean. You don't let a lot of just like junk rattle around in your psyche to mess things up. And like if you have mental health concerns, you address them. You go to therapy. Maybe even there's things you're currently working with, but you prioritize that. You are careful not to project your own needs, wants, desires, thoughts on others. And if you do it, you acknowledge it and apologize. I think you have healthy conflict, or at least you're growing in your skills around that. You want to take emotional responsibility for yourself. And this person is not safe for you because they don't do that. It doesn't matter what else they give you or how wonderful they are in any other way. If they're not emotionally safe for you, it's a no for you. And this person refuses to see that about you, that you're healthy, number one. And number two, they refuse to see that that's the reason why you're not connected to them. They want to say that you're foolish, or that you invest in the wrong people, or that you don't know how to love, or that you're just not generous, or you're too young, or you just haven't wised up yet in your life, or maybe you're in the rat race. I mean, there's so many different reasons, and they're all BS. And literally, I'm hearing like anyone who knows you for an hour, for 2 hours, would not draw the conclusions that this person has drawn. But it's because it's their emotion. It's their, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Yeah. I get it. Let's just say I get it. I get why this is a difficult person. Okay, and now we're going to ask advice for you, how to deal with this relationship. Advice for pile 6, how to deal with this relationship. Actually, you know what? I don't want to use this deck. What deck do I want to use? I'm going to use Tarot of the Divine. So for my pile 6, what is the advice for them and how to deal with this person? Three of Swords, the Chariot in reverse, Death in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Page of Coins in reverse, Four of Coins in reverse. I feel for you, pile 6. 4 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Coins, 6 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups. Advice for you. Don't try to have an emotional conversation with this person. They dissociate when it relates to emotions. They won't retain anything. Any progress you make won't last. It's not worth it. Don't try to make change happen here. Don't try to hold on to this relationship or cling to any particular thing about it. In this situation, you talk with your actions. So that's, I think, maintaining the distance that you've already created. And not getting dragged down into shoulda, woulda, coulda. I think this person also may like goad you or bait you or like say things like, well, I just wish, someday when you're older, maybe you'll see that it's valuable to have a relationship with your mother. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry I'm laughing. It's just I don't know else to discharge like the ridiculousness of some of the things I'm hearing. Like this person will say or do things designed to twist the knife. And again, it comes from this messed up relationship they have with their own emotions. It's like if they can get you to be emotional, then you can be the bad guy because, again, they see emotions as bad news. And I think they've probably controlled you with this in the past. Like they've found ways to make you extra emotional or lose it or overreact or cry or feel upset or whatever. And so then they feel okay. They feel in control because they don't have to deal with how emotional they feel about the relationship, how scared they are of losing you, how much they don't feel good enough for you, actually. I mean, they're criticizing you a lot, I think, either verbally or just energetically, but they don't feel like they're enough for you. And the truth is that they are not enough for you because they're not a whole person. They're not bringing their emotional self. And so there's nothing for you to connect to, and it's also not safe for you. So it doesn't mean you don't love this person. I think you love this. I mean, we got the world, the sun, the devil. Like you are very attached. You love them very dearly, but you also love your dreams, your life, your abundance, your path, your connection to spirit. And that has to be bigger than any one relationship. So your advice is no contact, is low contact, is don't extend an olive branch. You can reciprocate with this person. I would, especially if they do begin to grow emotionally, I would meet them where they're at to the degree that they're sharing with you, just like match their energy. But otherwise, I would keep yourself safe emotionally just the way you have. And the other thing I'm getting is, part of keeping yourself safe is giving yourself compassion. No one likes to be in a situation like this with someone they love. It's very painful. It brings up a lot of feelings of game and shilt, guilt and shame. It can be very triggering. So go gently with yourself. Give yourself compassion for how messy it is for you to be in this situation and how hard it is to say, no, I don't want to be closer to you, mom, or partner of my dreams, or best friend from the past. I'm good right here. I love you though. And it's like the most important fight that you can fight, pile 6. It's a really big deal and you're doing an amazing job. I actually want to pull for you. I'm hearing to pull a love bomb for you. So for pile 6, to close their reading. I hope my child grows up to be like you. So this person really loves you, thinks the world of you. They have a lot of complicated feelings that they project on you, and that is not your fault. And to the degree that this person's aware of that, they feel really bad about it. They're so remedial with emotions. It's like they don't even know where to start to fix that. But they are so proud of the person that you are. They think you're magnificent, actually, particularly in this area, because they know that you didn't get it from them. Like, they know that you had to fight for this and you continue to fight for it. And yes, they feel resentful and left out, but their higher self just is so amazed and so proud. The other message is coming through with this, whether you're a parent or whether you will be a parent someday in the future, whether you're, a dog mom or dad, parent, whether there's people in your work that you feel like are your children. The other message I'm getting with this card is those people do not and will never have the experience that you did. They will feel emotionally supported. Their inner children will be taken care of, and those people will grow up knowing what it means to nurture yourself emotionally and what it looks like to have a healthy relationship like that. Oh my goodness, I could cry. I've got tears in my eyes with that. It's so beautiful, and it's like the most important work that there is to do in the world. So thank you for being here, Pile 6, and thank you for doing the hard work of fighting for yourself and for your own emotional beauty. This is really, really amazing. So this was your reading. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought, whether it resonated. If you'd like a private reading, there's info on that in the description box. Subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified when there's more content like this. And I hope to see you in the next reading.